bless this presentation today, and whatever we see here today, that we be able to take it to other ministries and everything for our church. And Father, we ask you to bless those who are on the way that they are safely, and we ask you to continue to bless each and every one that is here today. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. I think Reverend Benjamin has an announcement. Okay.
All right. Go ahead and begin the slide presentation. This is Evangelism the Challenge. Not too loud, I don't want to blow y'all out. I have hearing aids out here, excellent with them, and you take them out, I can't get lit. But Evangelism Challenge, and for our churches, the purpose of this presentation is to give us some ideas how to grow our churches and how to improve the attendance and get people to come to our churches. Next slide, please. Remember Mark 16, verse 15, where the scripture says, "Go into all the world, proclaim the gospel to all creation." That's our mission in the church, is to spread the gospel to all creation. That means each and every one. Next slide, please. Evangelism is promotion of the word, public preaching the gospel. Now, when I know the word preaching, everybody say, "Well, I'm not pass." People get hung up on that. So that's pass the job. No, what happened at Walmart yesterday, they go, God, he can't be more than 19 came up. And I think every time I go to Walmart, he always finds a little athletic guy. He always comes in, "Hey, do you want to come to my church?" And I said, "Oh, man, wait, this is our place, but we're not denomination. You want to come to our church?" And I said, "Man, that is great." And he always, and every time I go to Walmart, he finds me. He says, "You want to come to my church?" And I think that he wants to tell me all about his church and how he loves his church. And I said, "Wow." Young as he is, he wants to invite people to his church. So he is spreading the gospel about his church, that he loves his church so much that he wants to invite people to come to church. But the thing is, I said, who is talking about people? But he is spreading the gospel. So we want to invite others. Invite others to come to his church. So that's what we're supposed to do: spread the gospel and invite others to come to our church, and love our church enough to invite others to come. Okay, just done. Here's the problem in many of our churches. Membership has declined over the years. And so when we take a hard look at ourselves, and sometimes we don't like to take a hard look at ourselves, we like to look the other way and say, "No, it's not declining." We have to take a hard look sometimes at ourselves. Okay, down there. And so as we go back to the 70s, we as African Americans had a different view of life. Right at the invention of segregation, we had strong family ties, strong work ethic. We believed in achievement. We wanted to be all we could be, and we wanted to achieve. We set goals, and we wanted to achieve. And we went out and we wanted to be all kinds of things. We wanted to be the first black areas out there. And believe it or not, there's still some places today we still have not got there. And there's still people getting places today. They're still the first African Americans getting it. And nothing like being the first one. You don't catch all kinds of trouble, but you still be the first one. And so we had strong ethics back then. Okay, we had flexible families back then. You know, back then we had if you were a single mother, even if you had a mother father, we had flexible families because we had grandma, big mom, and little mom, and the lady down the street. And if you messed up in the streets, what would the lady down the street do? She handled the business. And when your parent got home, she told them she had to handle some business down the street with you, and they handled the business again because the lady down the street had to handle the business. And so people watched out the ladies. You know, we used to see the ladies sitting on the porch, and you better speak. Hey, Miss Hattie. Hey, that boy walked by here today. You can speak to me. So all those people were the flexible family that we had back in the 70s. And so they looked out for us, and we didn't pay them attention, but we just saw the lady sitting on the porch, and we didn't think much about it. But that was our extended families, and so that's what made us a strong family back in the 70s. Okay, guys. We had strong church ties. You look at Sunday school. You got up Sunday morning. You was growing up to go out Saturday night. You still got up Sunday morning to church. I have a friend that said he 24, he moved back to his granddad's house. He was out all night, and he came in that morning, and granddad said, it's time to go to church. He said, huh? He said, it's time to go to church. And his granddad, I don't care how grown you get when you're in my house, this Sunday morning, it's time to go to church. So he had to go to church. So we like that Sunday school was full, church was full, the choir stand was full, because on Sunday, everybody in the house went to church. Everybody went to church. And so that's what we did. So that was the 70s. Okay, Don? Okay, that's a good deal. Okay. Well, we had a problem back in the 60s, as I say, of us. We couldn't identify who we were. We were Negroes, black folks, we didn't like the N-word. We didn't like the colored folks. We didn't like some were African Americans, some were Negroes, some were. We couldn't quite figure out who we were then. So we had all kinds of names: African Americans, black, Negroes. White folks tried to study us, and whenever they studied us, if we didn't like what they said, we labeled it racist. One guy did a study in the 60s, and he said that by 2000, the African American family will be mostly populated by single mothers. And those families will be full of gangs, high crime rate, drugs, and those neighborhoods will be serial violent. Those children will be formed black neighborhood. No. They lived in the early 60s. It was in the early 60s. Ruined his life. You know, white folks don't like to call it racist. Ruined his life. After that, nobody wanted to stay after that. Nobody. Y'all remember Patrick Moynihan, Democratic senator from New York. He did a comparison study. He didn't quite be negative. But for the next 40 years, nobody studied African Americans. So, because nobody wanted to be considered or labeled racist. And guess what? 2000, one the emergency gang, high prison rates, and not sure whatever happened to him, but yeah, he was all right. We were all in the man's life. We had 40 years to fix some things, but he didn't fix it. He just ignored his conviction, but he was 100% correct. So now, when we look at this picture, what do you see? Street man. All right. This is just black folks, okay? Anyone else? It's an urban area. Okay, so we see black folks, urban areas. Okay. All right, what about the wedding dress? Okay. Oh, these are kind of folks that you would approach to say, come to my church. You would. You would think twice. You would not. Okay. This is I mean, some of us would, most of us. Well, let me ask this. How many of y'all will cross over to the other side of the street? If you walking down the side, yeah, cross over to the other side of the street, or you would. Okay, ladies, would you clamp down on the person right about now? Yeah. You see him coming, you clamp down on him. If you see these fellas hanging out in front of the, I call it convenience store, Stop and Rob. If they hanging out in front of the Stop and Rob, do you stop there or you go on down the street to another? You won't stop there. Yeah, once a walk. Okay. So you see this, it gives you all kinds of thoughts. Maybe not the first group we want to talk about. Our thoughts about it, how we look at them. All right, got that? You see this all the time in the newspaper. When you see this, what do you think about it? The newspaper is always supposed to be look who we call. Always us. Yes, the news media sometimes we automatically see this and we say, look at us out there. We automatically assume they're guilty because they've been caught. Or this picture was on TV, that little cousin Rodney. And we know, yeah. Only, exactly. So our thought is what? You all remember, at that point, you remember when the 6-year-old shot his teacher? The first one? Did you see a picture of the 6-year-old family? You did. Yeah, you remember when the other second 6-year-old shot his teacher? You saw a picture of that child, the black child. You never saw a picture of the first child because he was a white child. You never saw a picture of his family. You see the difference in how we portray. So when we see this, Okay, Donna. You see these fellows when you walk. You see these fellows hanging out. Would you minister to them?
It depends on if I would approach them and approach how they read them, they would depend on how they would respond to me.
Okay.
Do they seem friendly?
Okay. You would depend on how, if you greet them.
Ask the young lady right there with the glasses on.
I got you. Okay.
Sometimes in these areas, they have this structure that we see behind them. Because their names goes down and where they are. And maybe that's just where they stay. And that's where they put us and let them close down. But you see in some of their areas, they don't have this. They can be out and nothing's different from
Do we avoid these areas because everybody else has abandoned them? Yeah, they could be just hanging out.
You're right, they could be hanging out. I remember when I was growing up, we call them game rooms. We go play ping pong, tactical, straws, and in those places, the man is black people have nowhere to go. So that might be they have opportunity at the board that building, maybe that's a good place where they want to be.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Maybe that's where the old game room used to be. It's boarded up, they didn't hang outside there. Yeah. We've been watching here at a place called the Corn. Yeah, everything in there closed up, but everybody still, you go in there, they still sitting there on the corner. Ain't nothing in there no more, but they still, so it's, it has some value to it, so they're still sitting there. And that could be things, nothing's going on, but from a perspective, it looks like they up to something. Yeah, and then I guess, they know that, what y'all up to, we just sitting there doing nothing. That's it. All right, good. So my question is, once we come with the media, with the media, if we watch a lot of these, the media can portray our people in a way, negative way, which when we begin to ministry to folks, it makes us afraid of certain areas and not want to go for our people. not careful, that'll happen. And so you look at it and I don't know it. Because they say there's a lot going on there. So when they do that, black neighborhoods, they tend to actually use that sense. Somebody got shot in the body. You call it on. You know what they call it.
Mm-hmm.
They to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And you're supposed to know exactly what it is, so that could be one spot, but they don't. So it makes you, where you going over there. Okay. So it's the way they picture our neighborhood sometimes makes us afraid to go minister in those areas. All right. So now what is it? Okay. That's yeah. Total housing area or projects, that's it. A lot of people in those neighborhoods, while they're tearing them down and rebuilding, there's still a lot of people in small piece of property. A lot of potential. A lot of potential in those neighborhoods.
I think now that we're on, over by there's an AM church, whatever they're part of
Yeah, it used to be prevalent to cookers and everything else. They live along that area like that. Yeah. A lot of opportunities there and that area.
over by Jamaica, Oregon.
Yeah. I don't know.
Similar.
But if you listen to the news, there's almost a huge weeping in the neighborhood, but also in the neighborhood opportunity to get saved. Right. But if you listen to the news, you go on that partner, there's something going on with you in the neighborhood. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I see opportunity, and others may not go there, but I see opportunity. Opportunities to gain membership. Okay, guys. So one of the things about is that we become afraid of our own people. We're afraid of our own people. And we're afraid that, I think we're more afraid of our people than the white folks are afraid of us. We're afraid of our own people, so we don't witness to them. We're just afraid of them. And I think a lot of it has to do with the media, the way we pick our people, we have that for their own people. And the other thing is we still do today, 60 years later, we still don't like to face the fact about things by ourselves. The other reason we don't witness much, we are afraid of it. I go up there and witness to somebody I don't know, they may be judging or work with them and trust their actions. But you know, we're afraid of rejection. And we're afraid of our own. This book I had, I probably bought this book 8 times, and this is my 8th time buying it, and, give this one away to Dr. John. African American family. I read this back in 2008. It's the first detailed study of African American, was published in 2006. And I thought I knew black people until I read this book. And it opened up some things about black people I didn't know. I thought I've been black all my life. And shotgun houses, anything I want, it detailed everything. Why, what goes on, why young girls get pregnant in shotgun houses, put it anywhere else. All those type things. I thought I knew black people, so I read this book. It's a detailed study of African American. Did y'all know that in every African American community, we were all separated by railroad track? We're all separated by railroad track. Or the author is Angela Harry and Earl Smith. They're professors at North Carolina State. Every black community in this country is separated by a barrier, an invisible barrier, a railroad track or the Martin Luther King Avenue. And everything on our side of the street, there is only 3 businesses in the black neighborhood. Chicken restaurant, liquor store, never find a bank in the black neighborhood. You would never find a bank. You would never find a hospital in the black neighborhood. You start to see. Okay. It's good. It's starting to change. There's some black banks now that are starting to come back. There used to be one now here on Walmart Avenue. Yeah. So, but you always gonna find a Chick-fil-A. And this one has already been autographed. This is going to John, but I'm buying the 9th one. I get the 9th one. But it's great interesting study because to learn, I was like, wow. And when you look around, you see, wow, there is a lot of things going on in our neighborhood that I thought was my neighborhood going up and find out that it's all over the place. Okay, done. All right, why are we continuing to struggle? Well, did you know that we have rebellious members? Let me explain that for you. People are content with doing nothing. Here's what you're talking about. People love church. When you come to church, go home, and I'll see you next Sunday. No commitment. No commitment. Was it an hour and a half? I got it down pat. Church started at 10 o'clock. We'll get up about 10:20. We'll sit down about 10:50. We out by 11:10. I'm home about 12, 15 sheep about 130. God is when we come back next Sunday, what we're gonna do? Same thing. Now, here come Reverend Benjamin talking about, let's do something on Monday evening. No. So what you doing on Monday? I ain't doing nothing, but I ain't doing nothing to the church. I done gave the Lord an hour and a half. Comfortable with in that. It's all we do. But God don't bless me anyway. And a lot of times when we start talking about doing more for God and going out and trying to get more people in the church, we have to change the subject going. We don't need no more folk no way. I was at Fort Valley State, right there in 1999, 1998. The student population was 980 students. We grew the population of the students to 3,000. And the alumni was complaining. That's too many kids. We used to know all the kids, now we don't know all the folks. Too many kids. We loved it better when it was small. That's the way we think. So that's the same way we think. We don't want all those folks in our church. That's what we think. We got some new members here. When they came in, they just smell like us. In fact, you get close to them, you have to stand back. But he came in with fun. He apologized for his smell. He said, well, I had to have a drink last night. I said, we'll keep coming. The more he came, the better the smell. The more he came, the better the smell. He realized he would smell better. He kept coming, he keeps smelling better. He dressed better, keep coming, he still felt better. So, but he could easily turn off. So sometimes we turn people off and then people change the subject. We don't want different people. We don't want different. And the other thing is we don't have time for God. If we're going to build our churches, we're going to have to spend more time. It requires time. It requires some more time. It requires time. So we have to find time for that. Okay, guys. So it brings up the question, who is my neighbor? Who is your neighbor? You all remember the story. A certain man went down from Jerusalem, Jericho, fell among robbers, stripped him of his clothing, wounded him, hard and leaving him half dead tonight. Tonight. Okay, Donna. It's not really a physical portion, it's a practical portion. We have to think about our own beliefs and values. Why do we pick certain people to join our church? Do we overlook some people because we don't think that we would like them in our congregation? Do we bypass people we think they may not fit? Do we overlook people? If there's a project right across the street, do we not go over there because we don't want them in our church? We don't want them folk, they don't mix with us. What do you think? Do we don't want them folk? Do we bypass certain areas because we don't want them folk in our church? In days gone by, these folks were the folks who were walk to the church, go to their home. And we accepted them because this is where they came from. Now we've got where we can choose. We them folks. Okay, go ahead. Before we get to new ministry, I want to remind y'all that everyone, there's nobody that can't be saved. Nobody, we looked at the gangs, we looked at all of this, nobody beyond hope.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody beyond hope. I call you all to remember John. Now, I know we all remember John, nice little children's story about the man that got swallowed out of the whale, because he didn't want to go out to Nineveh. Well, the other side of that story is he didn't want to go down to Nineveh because he know folks in Nineveh were some bad folks. And they some bad, that's a bad neighborhood. And he didn't want to go down there because they didn't like you, they cut your throat. And that's the reason he didn't want to go down there. And he went down there and the folk got saved, and he was still mad because he didn't want them to get saved. But nobody is beyond hope. Nobody. So we have to remember that. So if we think about new places, as I mentioned earlier, look up where members work. I'm not saying you go in your job preaching because you probably don't want everybody to know you know Christ. So, but there's opportunities there to witness. Go ahead, I know, bring folks out of For example, the Maxwell House has, I don't know, 40 apartments up there. The one lady up there goes to the church out in Evans. So she started a ministry out there, Maxwell House Ministry, is what they call it. They're the ones that's a grant. So they got a grant to transport anybody who wants to go to church at Maxwell House from downtown Augusta all the way out to Evans to go to church. Ministry. Other ministries and little things. We try to bring everything to the church house, but Another church had a tailgate Sunday. I know that scares folks. They had church in the parking lot and they had a tailgate Sunday. Everybody out the preacher preached in the parking lot, then they went around from truck to truck with their plate. I know y'all forgot about the days when we went from box to box, trunk to trunk. Tailgate Sunday, picnic at the lake. I've been seeing those pop up all over the place. They had the sermon at the lake, and I've seen Bishop Brown attended quite a few of those lately. Had a picnic at the lake. They had a sermon that morning with the whole church. It's a day at the lake. Invite people that you think might want to join. I hope y'all go down to the lake. Ideas. Good people. Great guy. We often think about having things, always having everything at our church. It's the area you will concentrate on, like this new housing area down here, they have a clubhouse. So we're trying to get a spot in that clubhouse, the whole study. We're going to shoot for Saturday morning and invite residents to come in on Saturday morning and do a Bible study. Areas to get people come in and hear that. Then from there, everybody can do it. And so those ideas you can get in. You don't have to have everything at your church, but you want to do it at area where if they have a clubhouse or a meeting house, start a Bible study, maybe a Saturday morning, Thursday afternoon, or another evening, where you can gather them or have them come in and again get them interested in something that they're migrating back to their future. GED program. I'm here to tell you there are still a lot of people in our neighborhood who still can't. Young people still not finishing school. A lot of them. After school tutoring. A lot of them are, we have our young people who fall through the cracks. At a certain point, I think the school gives up on them, but we still have obligation to help our young people try to get GED and to help pass school. Get involved in city activities, not necessarily politics, but if they're having something in the city, you can set up a church tent there. Ask our literature about your church. Again, you be right there in the midst of the activities. Ask our literature about your church. And let people know that, hey, we're on this street, stop by and see us. People will stop by and chat with you, and you might gain a little bit. Blood drives. You don't often have those. Again, cancer walks. Put on your church t-shirts. Get out there and get into the cancer walks. All those things. Bring in notoriety to your church and get some exercise as well. But at least getting the name of your church out and in the community, people can see your church is involved and what you're doing is making people want to know where is this church. Yeah. Get your, I think sometimes they do these things all day and get your members involved and get some volunteers and just fill in and just be there for those things. Okay, go. It's a challenge. As I said earlier, the challenge is it takes time. So there's going to have to be a sacrifice somewhere. My question is God work pray that I said something that will help you. Good question. That's coming up in section 2. Yes, John B. Uh, section 2 scheduled for about 2 weeks. John Corby here, and he wrote this book, When Your Turn Means No Turn at All. And he'll be here, and he'll bring some copies of his book. And he'll talk about that. John Granddad was a CME, but John chose Baptist. And he'll be here to talk about that. Yeah. That's why they chose to go different ways. Yeah. So that'll be the next section is why they chose to go different ways than their forefathers. All right. Any other questions? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. Why they chose. More than likely it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here. All right, I had a discussion the other day with Brother John, and he was saying, Beaver Land, preacher over there, his service is 2.5 to 3 hours. And nobody running out of it because it is an energetic, engaging service. And so if we take a lesson from that book, if we make it engaging and get you involved in service, people will stay here and they're not looking at their clock. So I think what we have to do is make it engaging. And people will sit here for 2 hours, easy 2.5 hours. So that's what we got to work on. There's some things we got to work on as well. So we got to make it engaging. Make people want to stay here, make it engaging. I believe that they want to in my way, they just praise God. They were there all day. We got to enjoy it. So we got to make service lively. And make people want to be there all day. So that's the work we got to do too. So where if we hear 2 hours,
I like to. Don't say, just say it. And without you know, I like to use it. I find all of it, only 5 words. You know, in a song. But most of the a lot of the songs from scripture and they're repeat and they're very simple. And when my husband was very challenging situation,